Okay.
So how long have you lived here?
I've lived in Beverly Hills 7.5 years.
Would you say that you're like very, you have good relationships with your neighbors, or are you pretty isolated?
No, I have actually some good friends that have developed from neighbors. Not each and every neighbor, of course, but all in all, people are very nice, but have actually developed some friendships as a result.
What made you decide to move here?
Oh, well, we had lived in Woodland Hills in the San Fernando Valley for a long time, and then, just life changes and family changes, and we found that we were coming to, I called it the city then, much more, and the traffic, of course, had gotten much worse than it had been, and it just was making sense to live here rather than trying to get here all the time. And, I don't know, I'm probably going to preempt one of your next questions, but it was such a good choice because from my experience, the stereotypes, I guess, that are often associated with Beverly Hills or neighborhoods like that really have been dispelled because it is really like living in a little city or a small town. It's not disconnected. It has its own centrality and its own identity, and people are really nice overall. Well, I think that's true and not true. Like on my street, I live on a very little street, and a number of the people on my street have lived there a very long time. I'm talking like decades.
Right.
So for them, it's not really expensive at all because their mortgages have even, been paid off, and so they're not dealing with what is the hugest expense here is the real estate and housing. So I think there is a definite disparity. Having said that, overall, this is not a cheap place to live, but I don't know that it's different than, or that much different than any other upscale neighborhood.
We're in West Hollywood now. How long have you lived here?
In West Hollywood, I've lived for 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
Okay, and how do you like it?
It's a very nice neighborhood. A lot of condos. You do see families, but there is a lot of single people living here. A lot of people walk their dogs.
How well do you know your neighbors? Like, how are your relationships with them?
I'll tell you something. Walking your dogs, you get to know everyone. Well, at least you say hi to your neighbors.
So
they're nice, they're friendly. You become part of the dog community, believe it or not, and you get to know a lot of people that way.
okay, how diverse do you think people's economic backgrounds are that live around this area?
You gotta have a good income to live here. You definitely do. I mean, these condos run in the 500s. Okay, so that'll give you an idea. There are some rentals, but my estimate is that most of them are, the owners live there, and you gotta have a good income. I think definitely you have just professionals living in this area or business owners.
So, what do you think about this neighborhood?
Okay, it's kind of scary, especially at night. It's kind of shady.
Like, the people around here, you'd say you wouldn't trust them?
It's just a weird vibe. I mean, this whole area,
Yeah.
not good.
And so you would never live at a place like this, or what?
No.
No. And if you could live anywhere in Los Angeles, where would you want to live?
I really like where I'm now in Studio City. Like Holby Hills is really nice too. I used to live in the Marina, which is, it's nice, it's kind of sterile. Well, I used to work at a production house, like a little further down the street, and it's even like going to lunch was kind of scary. That whole area, like Santa Monica and the Highlands, yeah, it's kind of a
So what would you say like the economic background is about for the people around this area?
I think there's a lot of like struggling artists, and I don't know, it might be completely off. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. We just want to know your impressions,
Yeah.
you know.
Because even at night, like, I mean, you don't really see a lot of people like running around. It's just like, it's just a weird area.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
End.